Hello and welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. We are so glad you're here. If you and I have not met, my name is Emily with Heartfelt Creations, and we have a day filled with creative inspiration that I think you, your friends, and family will absolutely love, and we are so excited. We've been planning this for quite a while, and just the preparation, preparing the projects, and what we're going to bring to you has been so much fun, and I can't wait to share that with you. Plus, Liz and Carrie will be here today as well, and we'll bring you some creative inspiration that I think will just jumpstart you and really get you started on those next projects that are perfect for weddings, anniversary, to celebrate love and friendship. So no matter where you find yourself this Valentine's Day, we wanted to bring you inspiration and art from the heart. Know that you are loved. We are hoping that this makes today just an extra special day for you, and it's our gift from us to you. So thank you for joining us. You can do us a favor, share this with your friends that love to craft, and we're just going to have a fun time today. So I'm the one kicking off our first creative inspirational project today, and it's all about hearts and love. And we're going to take a look at the interaction on this card that I think you'll absolutely love. So let's take a quick look on what we'll be creating together today. So this is a dimensional heart that has that beautiful element with the sentiment, thinking of you makes my heart smile, which I think is just a beautiful way to celebrate the friends and loved ones in your life. Isn't this just so stunning? It's in a beautiful A2 size card, and I just think it's just a beautiful way to kick off this event. So this is a card opening that goes all the way through the center, which I absolutely love. So we'll learn the tips and tricks to do that. So as you are joining, regardless if you're watching on Facebook, on our website, or on YouTube, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Chat it up. Let us know where you're watching from. Tell us what you're excited to learn today. Tell us how you are choosing to spend your Valentine's Day today. I was hoping that many of you would just block out the day to just really have some fun and learn to do some new creative tips and techniques in your craft room. So we'll get started by adding this dimension to the heart. Isn't that just so beautiful? We thought we'd kick off this event with art from the heart. No pun intended. So we're going to use 3 of these beautiful hearts. Now that is using this inside piece from, let's pull out the die that I'm using today. It's from the decorative heart die. Now I use this piece right here that's kind of that bright pink color. And then I also use the outline heart die to cut out these pieces. So that is this die and this one. So together that just really creates that beautiful, beautiful piece. So I cut out 3 of these and just sponged around the edges with the Rose Madder ink. That's the color of choice for a lot of the pink that I'm using today. And as we go through, we're going to learn how to use this, learn how to create this beautiful pop-up heart. But we're also going to learn how to do some coloring. And later on today, I'm going to be back showing you how to do, you can do like a coloring combination with markers on another Art from the Heart project. So we're going to go ahead, once you have these sponged inside and out, we're going to go ahead and fold these in half. Now tell me, have you created a dimensional 3D project like this, or is this something new for you? It's one of those tips and techniques that I really love to utilize when I want to have an opening in the center of my card, and I want to kind of have this like really fancy aha effect with it, and it's so easy to do, but I also feel like it's one that's super easy to forget about, okay? So all you have to do is just literally fold that heart in half. Isn't that just stunning? Absolutely love, love, love it. So we're going to do that on all 3 of these. Now, here's the thing. I am doing just 3 of these, but if you wanted to do like a really beautiful like heart ornament, you could do 5 or 6, and you could have them all come together and do it all the way around. And you could pop like a beautiful rose or something. Say you have like a little mini tree, like a little Valentine tree. You could use it as an ornament on those tree, or maybe you're wanting to do some special kind of 3D art with, say, your grandkids. This would be great depending on their ages. So once you've done this, you're going to go ahead and glue the back of one half of a heart to the back of another half of a heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our dryest clear glue, and we are going to just glue right around those edges, and that will adhere the first half of the other heart. Now, the biggest thing when you're doing this technique is that you just make sure that you line it up, okay? So you don't want it moving around on you. So once I know that I have that all together, what I'll do is I'll just fold that together, and we have space for the next heart. If you wanted to use some alligator clips up here and down here, just to secure that while you're waiting for it to dry, you could totally do that and just give it a little bit of space to dry. So that is totally up to you. So we're just going to go ahead and do some more glue on that side. Bring this heart in, line this up. I will pull up this side so I can see a little bit better that that is being lined up properly. Okie dokie. And sometimes it wants to move around a little bit. So as you're joining me, let me know what you love about what you're seeing, all the good things. Later on today, I'll come back with some behind the scenes footage as well. So I hope that you will stick around all day. If you do have to like bounce out for something, we will have it recorded so that you can go back and rewatch it. So there's your heart. Isn't that just stunning? So if you wanted to do like a heart that goes full circle, you could add, 3 or 5 hearts in total. But with this one, it's just a beautiful way to add that to an A2 size card, which is your 5.5 by 4.25. So let's see. I think what we're going to do next is we're going to work on the card base, because this is a little bit different than from what you might be used to. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and do your paper choice that you like. I chose this one from the Friendship Rose paper collection. And we're just going to go ahead and add this die on top. Now, when you look at this, it will cut this opening in the center, and that's what I was after. It will make a slight indentation of the outer edge, but since this is so thick, it won't do an entire cut with my die just going through one time, but it will cut out the center. So that's actually what I'm looking for. So this technique works perfectly with this die when you're doing this tip. So we're just going to go ahead and lay this into our machine. Let's bring it in this way and put those plates on top. I'm just going to put the top plate on the crease so that I don't accidentally press that down in areas that I don't want to. It's just more for that I don't like press down the back of the card is what I'm looking for. So we'll run it through once, and I'm going to bring that out. It should have cut all the way through for the center. So let's just double check that out. We are going through multiple layers. So yep. So you'll see you have it all the way cut out in the center, which is all that you're looking for. And if you wanted to, you could have also put a decorative paper on the inside to just add extra cushion so that you don't see that imprint. I wasn't super worried about it, so I just left it. So you'll see it also cut a little bit of that heart out in the background, but you don't really have to worry about it. Next step, we're going to go ahead and glue this heart in the center of our card before we add anything else. What I love about this card is it is a simple and elegant card, but I think it looks pretty complicated when you break it down, it's like, okay, I can do this. So whether you're an advanced crafter or a beginner, you're going to be able to do this. I think this is pretty just like that. Isn't that so pretty? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and glue this right on top, okay? So we're going to glue the outer half of your left and right heart. And we're just going to go ahead and do that on both sides. As I was doing this, I had a flashback to when I was younger and a little bit newer to card making. When we would give like Valentine cards or cards to loved ones, the bigger the card meant you were more important and more loved. So tell me if that's been something that you've seen. It was kind of trending at that time of life. So we would make these big Valentine's cards for our friends and loved ones. And I was just thinking this card is pretty tiny, so that wouldn't have fit in that bad. But regardless of the size, it just makes a really special and unique card, which I think would be great for a wedding, for anniversary, for celebrating love. So we're gonna go ahead and accent this. Now, I chose to really use some very simplistic yet beautiful, stunning accents. This is the Friendship Rose Heart. Now, you'll see me using this one in my demo later on today as well. This is an absolutely stunning heart that I love to use in its entirety, which I'm going to do later on today. I do not have, actually, you know what? I'll show you what I'm making later on today. I have it in the drawer. I'm like, you know what? I can show you. I can show you if I can find it here. Here we go. This is where we're going to use it in its entirety. So we're going to learn how to make this one later on today. I can't wait to share that with you. So we'll pop this to the side. Okay. But right now, I'm going to show you a coloring tip with just markers. Later on today, we're going to do a coloring tip with ink and markers combined to kind of speed up that combination and show you how to do that pretty quickly. So with this one on this card, I chose to cut pieces. So once you have this one colored, you are going to go ahead and cut out pieces. Now we are going to show you the coloring techniques on this rose. And then later on today, I'm going to show you more coloring techniques on the actual heart. So we're kind of doing a mix and different ways to do that today. So I am going to get this clear sleeve that my card was in when I prepped it. And we're going to grab the pink zig marker, use your watercolor pen, and I am just going to take this pink and brush it off onto my sleeve. Now, if you are watching this and you love this technique, if you're an insider member, I taught a class, it's called the Friendship Rose class, and we learned how to do lots of coloring, also some gift boxes and all that stuff. I'll have to show you some of those projects at the end. I have a lot of samples in front of me that we will flip through and show you. Okay, can you see that? I might just hold this up a little bit. So if you dab onto your plastic, that will come up and it will have kind of that bright pink. And you can just add as much pink or as little pink as you want. After that pink is kind of blended out, you can go back onto your and grab more. And I think you just have a lot of great control over this. Since this isn't really cut out yet, I'm just going right over those outside edges and then just blend that in. And then if you wanted to have some darker pink edges in here, you can do that. So this is just kind of a quick basic way to color. I find that if you're new to coloring, just be patient with yourself. Practice, practice, practice. And you're not looking for perfection. You're just looking to learn how your color blends. And oftentimes I also tell people it's not so much about the coloring tool that you're using as it is about you just continuing to practice, practice, and becoming comfortable and learning the way that your marker colors and all that good stuff. So that's the pink. I am going to add a pop of red in case you're one of my crafters that likes another pop of an additional color in there. This is the carmine red, so we're going to, again, just color some of that off onto our paper. We're going to go into this and just add some pops of red. Do you see that little bit of a different color tone coming in there, which is really pretty. So lots of ways that you can just blend and have some fun with this without spending a lot of time coloring it. And on my last demo today, when I wrap up the end of the day today, I'm going to show you how you can do an inking and a marker technique at the same time, which is really fun, especially with a heart. So I hope you'll stick around for all of that, plus all the demonstrations that Liz and Carrie have in store for you as well. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of green. So you'll see that I have a light green kind of in the background. I am going to pop in a little bit of deep green. That is a power color, so you want to be more careful. So I will come in on the outside of this leaf, just see how much color I have on my marker, and then we'll just start adding that. I might just kind of come up in here and just be kind of slow and patient with it for the first time that you're doing it. That was definitely a very bright pop of color. So we'll just kind of fade out from there and just continue to do that. Need a little bit more water in my brush tip. And if you have a pretty light or a pretty dark color in there, what you can do is bring in your light color. This is, what color is this? This is called mid green. I'm going to start popping in some of the mid green in there as well. Oops, I just dipped into the dark green. We'll just Bring that up in there. And just kind of have fun fading in, grabbing the color. At first, sometimes I feel like when you're doing this coloring technique, especially when you're working with power colors, it can feel like, oh my gosh, it's not going to turn out. But if you're patient and you start blending those different colors together, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So we're just going to go ahead. A little bit of more dark streaks, a little bit more of that lighter color in there. Bring this dark. And if you wanted to add some pink to your leaves too, because sometimes some roses have pink in them, you can totally do that. Okay, I think I picked up pretty much all the color that I had put out on my paper. So you could continue to blend if you wanted to. You can just have some fun with that. You could use different colors of green if you wanted to. Lots of variations, but that is the basics of how I colored these. And then I went into just cutting these apart. So for this section, I cut out just a small piece from the top of the heart. And when you're cutting out sections, that will leave other areas that you're going to be able to use as well. So we'll just cut this apart in here. And that just gives you a little bit of an accent that you can utilize on the top of the heart where it bends. So we're just going to add a little bit of hot glue in here and just have that coming out of maybe just something like that. And then we'll have the other one going the opposite direction. This is actually a little bit reversed from what I cut it out of the heart to give it a little bit of space. And that just beautifully graces. Sorry, that was hard to see when I was positioning those. And that just beautifully graces that thinking of you on the bottom or in the center. And then for the bottom, I took these 3 roses and I just cut them out of the sides. And then you still have these beautiful elements. You could have added them into this card if you wanted to, but I really wanted this heart to just like shine and really pop. So then for this, I just went ahead and just kind of folded this in half so it goes with the crease of the heart. And then we're just going to give a little bit of that glue down the center and pop that into the middle. See how beautifully that comes together so quickly and easily. And then these individual rose sprays, I love to add these on as accents. These are beautiful long-stemmed roses that are so easy to add. And the beauty of Valentine's Day is when you create with these, you can easily make yourself a dozen roses, a dozen long-stem roses that will not wither, wilt, or die, which is awesome. I love fresh flowers, but it always makes me sad when they wither and die. Am I the only one that feels that way? I know, I'm like, oh, it's so sad when they're, but that is part of the process, right? So thankfully these will not wither. So here we have this beautiful one-of-a-kind card that you are ready to use. And the only thing that's left is to add some beautiful glitter. The glitter that I'm using, whoops, I pulled out the wrong glitter. I'm wanting to use the Crystal Clear. The Crystal Clear is a beautiful chunky glitter. If you don't have it yet, oh, you are missing out. It is just really adds that, whoops, I'm just dumping it right on the card. It's so eager to get on there. I need to watch how I'm showing it to the light. Tidy tray to the rescue. Okay, so here we go. I am going to cut out just a little bit of my yellow sponge and put a generous amount of glue on this yellow sponge. Just a quick tip, in case you don't know this, we have some bulks of the favorite glitters and glitter colors, and the Crystal Clear is one of those. So if you go through a lot, you can go into a bulk section of the glitters and you can order that. And those are only available while supplies last. And as a thank you for participating in our event, you get to save 15% on your entire shopping cart. It does exclude the warehouse clearance savings items, but it will apply to your entire shopping cart. And if you are an insider member, you also get your additional 20%, which is amazing. So this is your chance to celebrate and stock up on those items you have been eyeballing and have on your wish list, and get yourself a Valentine's gift today. So with this one, I just continue to add the glue and just add it anywhere that I want to have an extra layer of glitter. You can also lightly sponge it on these background flowers. I don't like to do too clunky or chunky glue, but you can quickly and easily add that to all of these flowers down here as well. And you have that glittered very beautifully, very quickly. If it looks too gunky, all that means, especially if you're using it on stamped images, is it just means you put too much glitter on. It will dry clear. Oops, we didn't get any over this side. So you can see that just adds that extra sparkle and jazz. I'm going to lay this aside while that is drying. And we're going to take a look at this finished card sample so you can just have some fun utilizing different color combinations that you love, all those things, and just really having fun creating cards for a wedding, just celebrating love, anniversary, all that fun stuff. So hopefully this inspires you to get started. So again, I used the Friendship Rose heart. Everything I used today was from the Friendship Rose collection, and this die was the hero of the background. And then I also used the Friendship Rose paper collection. I am also going to be using this paper collection on my upcoming demo closer to the end of our day together. So with this, we're going to take a quick look at some more card samples of what you can do. So this is another beautiful way that you can create, do some embossing techniques, have a card center opening, add this beautiful, elegant heart in the center. Such a delicate, beautiful way to create with this. I'll be back later today showing you how to create this one using some background papers, utilizing two hearts together, some coloring techniques. And here's another way that you can kind of do a dual heart with a box. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun in our online class. If you are an insider member, you have access to this class and you can go back and rewatch it. But this class was so much fun to create. If you're not an insider member, today's a good day to become one. You can become one for $12.99 a month. You get automatic access to all of our online classes. And then you also get an additional 20% discount. You get free shipping on all your orders if you're in the US. If you're international, you get those discounts as well. Plus you get a 20% discount on your shipping fees. So that's a win-win all around with that. Isn't that just stunning? This is another heart within the Friendship Rose collection. So hopefully this just adds an extra beautiful celebration to your day by getting to spend time together learning creative inspiration that will have you set for all those moments that you want to celebrate this year that are all about love and friendship. Thank you for joining us for this segment. Stay tuned. Liz is going to be right here at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You don't want to miss it. I know she's got a jam-packed session loaded with art from the heart that you don't want to miss. So you have some space to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do what you need to do. Come right back here at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we will see you then. Bye.